Thank you. A problem exposed by Fox Undercover is in the national spotlight today as lawmakers in Washington look to find a solution.
And it comes after our investigative team discovered the federal government releasing illegal immigrants with violent criminal records, even though it wants to deport them. Investigative reporter Mike Beaudet is here with this major development. What do you have, Mike?
Mark, Maria, our investigation captured the attention of a U.S. congressman who's now working to pass a new law. Today, a congressional committee in Washington, D.C. held a hearing on the Keep Our Communities Safe Act, and our local example of this national problem was front and center.
Mrs. Hutchinson's son was attacked while walking home from a football game in Suffolk County, just outside of Boston.
In Washington, D.C., lawmakers are talking about a case exposed by Fox Undercover in February. 16-year-old Ashton Klein McMurray, murdered by 4 teenagers in Revere 11 years ago. Lone Heng, an illegal immigrant who pleaded guilty to manslaughter, received a 10 to 12-year sentence. In March 2010, Heng was released into the custody of ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, which planned to deport him to his homeland, Cambodia. But the federal government eventually let him go, saying it had no choice because of a Supreme Court ruling. With few exceptions, ICE can only detain illegal immigrants for 6 months while trying to deport them.
The consequence is that under current law, the government is compelled to release into our communities murderers, child molesters, and other predators.
The Keep Our Communities Safe Act would allow ICE to hold illegal immigrants like Heng as long as necessary. House Judiciary Chairman Lamar Smith is sponsoring the bill. He says ICE has released nearly 4,000 dangerous criminal immigrants every year since 2008.
Just because a criminal immigrant cannot be returned to their home country does not mean they should be freed into our communities. Dangerous criminal immigrants need to be detained.
I think it's wonderful. I just wish they'd name it after my son, like Ashton's Law or something.
Sandra Hutchinson is Ashton Klein McMurray's mother, who called Fox Undercover when she learned her son's killer was released.
I'm sure if I hadn't said anything and Fox hadn't gotten involved, God knows how many other people would be out there right along with him.
But before anything changes, the bill must pass Congress. The ACLU is against it.
Of course we should deport people if they flout our immigration laws. For sure we should. But if you can't, the Constitution doesn't allow you to lock the person up forever.
Tennessee Congresswoman Marsha Blackburn supports it. Is the federal government letting families down when it puts these people back on our streets?
Well, they are letting families down, and I've read about the case in Boston, and my heart goes out to this family and to this mother. And they're also letting down the rule of law.
The law has finally caught up with the killer of Hutchinson's son. Lone Heng is once again in ICE custody and finally being deported back to Cambodia. Does it take media attention to get these guys out of here?
It seems like time and again that when you come to addressing some of these issues, it takes media attention or it takes the attention of the voter.
And it remains to be seen whether that attention will pressure lawmakers to pass the Keep Our Communities Safe Act. You can watch our original investigation that uncovered this loophole on our website, myfoxboston.com. I'm Mike Beaudet for Fox Undercover.